Pack your lunches. Marie calendars are just $2. Real big deals this week and every week. Only at Safeway. Ingredients for life.
If you want less, you can always have less. But I like having a lot more than having a lot less. And the more I have, the more I like having more. And that's exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More post-meeting celebrations, more complimentary drinks, more for my money. More bar snacks. More olives. Definitely. I want so much more, it's more than a mortal man can handle. Now that's more like it.
Complimentary drinks, free breakfast, more room. Embassy Suites. Get more.
I want to go home.
No, you must stay.
I can't stay here.
But we have a chariot for you.
I don't want a chariot.
It's big and powerful like you, yet nimble and compact like us. And it's luxurious.
Oh. The entirely new Acura RDX. Intelligently built for the size of your life.
On the season finale of The Amazing Race, the finish line won't be the end.
I hate you right now!
Don't miss it. CBS tonight.
Do you think that a majority of the pilots would agree with you?
I think a vast majority.
Vast majority.
Even though it's a silent majority.
Major Jeremy Gordon and Captain Josh Wilson fly the Air Force's most expensive fighter jet, the F-22 Raptor. But both of these Iraq war veterans say there's a serious flaw with the jet and have taken the extraordinary step of risking their careers by appearing on 60 Minutes without permission to blow the whistle.
We are waiting for something to happen. And if it happens, nobody's going to be surprised.
There had long been suspicions that Sheriff Hodge was dirty, but nobody, not even federal agents, could prove it. That's when two local journalists, both in their 20s, launched their own investigation. They soon discovered poking into the affairs of a powerful county sheriff can be risky business.
Why did you feel compelled to buy a gun?
You do have a credible threat against your life. And it seemed like a pretty reasonable thing to do. Samantha also purchased a gun at the same time.
I thought if something happened, I'd go down with a fight.
Ready?
Michael Phelps is just 3 medals shy of breaking the all-time Olympic career record. But he told us he almost quit swimming altogether after dominating the Beijing Olympics in 2008.
I would do nothing. Like, I would just wake up at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, just wouldn't leave the house. I'd sit around and play video games. I was so lazy. I probably went through like a depression phase where I was just like, what am I doing?
Tonight, this epic Olympian shows us what he's doing now and why he decided to get back in the pool.
I'm Steve Croft.
I'm Leslie Stahl.
I'm Morley Safer.
I'm Byron Pitts.
I'm Anderson Cooper.
I'm Scott Pelley. Those stories tonight on 60 Minutes.
CBS Money Watch Update, sponsored by Pradaxa.
Good evening. Gas prices have fallen 15 cents in the past month. The Avengers turned in the biggest movie opening ever, $200 million. And America's largest corporations made record profits last year. The new Fortune 500 list is revealed tomorrow on CBS This Morning. I'm Jeff Glor, CBS News.
When I found out my irregular heartbeat put me at 5 times greater risk of a stroke, my first thoughts were about my wife and my family. I have the most common type of atrial fibrillation, or AFib. It's not caused by a heart valve problem. I was taking warfarin, but my doctor put me on Pradaxa instead to reduce my risk of stroke.
In a clinical trial, Pradaxa, dabigatran etixylate mesylate, reduced stroke risk 35% better than warfarin. And unlike warfarin, with Pradaxa, there's no need for regular blood tests.
That's really important to me.
Pradaxa can cause serious, sometimes fatal bleeding. Don't take Pradaxa if you have abnormal bleeding, and seek immediate medical care for unexpected signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising.
Pradaxa may increase your bleeding risk if you're 75 or older, have a bleeding condition like stomach ulcers, or take aspirin, NSAIDs, or blood thinners, or if you have kidney problems, especially if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all medicines you take, any planned medical or dental procedures, and don't stop taking Pradaxa without your doctor's approval, as stopping may increase your stroke risk. Other side effects include indigestion, stomach pain, upset, or burning.
Pradaxa is progress.
Having AFib not caused by a heart valve problem increases your risk of stroke. Ask your doctor if you can reduce your risk with Pradaxa.
For more, go to cbsmoneywatch.com.
E-Trade was founded on the simple belief that bringing you better technology helps make you a better investor. With our revolutionary new E-Trade 360 dashboard, you see exactly where your money is and what it's doing live. Our E-Trade Pro platform offers powerful functionality that's still so usable, you'll actually use it. And our mobile apps are the ultimate in wherever, whenever investing. No matter what kind of investor you are, you'll find the technology to help you become a better one at E-Trade. Follow the wings.
Carry on, you protectors, you collectors, you thieves, you afternoon racers, and start of the day embracers. We get it. After all, Kenmore's in the lives of over 100 million Americans. That's why no brand in America gives you more of the capacity you need. We put more in, so you get more out. Kenmore.
Let's move. I've been hunting this man for 2 years. He'd rather die than be taken alive. I'm bringing Walt Fat in. Why are we landing this plane?
The shiniest jewel in the Air Force is its F-22 Raptor, a sleek, stealth fighter jet that the Pentagon says can outgun and outmaneuver any combat plane anywhere in the world. But for all its prowess, the Raptor has yet to be used in combat. It was designed to go up against an enemy with a sophisticated Air Force, which means it sat on the sidelines during the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, leaving its 200 pilots to fly mainly training missions. But the Raptor, the most expensive fighter jet ever, has been plagued by a mysterious flaw that causes its pilots to become disoriented while at the controls from a lack of oxygen. Tonight, you will hear from two of them who have come to believe the jet is endangering their lives and those of the people in communities they fly over. They are so concerned, they have taken the extraordinary step of risking their careers by appearing on 60 Minutes in uniform and without permission to blow the whistle on a plane they love to fly. When you hear about the F-22, it's always in superlatives. The newest, fastest, stealthiest, highest flying, most gravity-defying, enemy-killing combat machine in the sky.
It's invincible, is the bottom line.
Its pilots are highly trained and competitively chosen, the elite jet jockeys of the Air Force.
I firmly believe in the aircraft.
Major Jeremy Gordon and Captain Josh Wilson are with the Virginia Air National Guard based at Langley Air Force Base near Norfolk. They're two of only 200 pilots qualified to fly the F-22.
Its ability to go up and put lethal force where we need it, it is absolutely unmatched.
Josh has been flying it for 2 years, Jeremy for 6. What makes it unique when you're flying it?
The ability to know what's going on all the way around you all the time.
It is just a phenomenal, phenomenal machine.
Both flew combat missions in the Iraq War. Major Gordon was awarded the Air Force's highest honor for heroism, the Distinguished Flying Cross. In Air Force evaluations, he was called, quote, a superstar, flawless. Captain Wilson was called a superb officer with intense warrior spirit.
It was a, kind of a surreal experience.
Josh says that during a routine F-22 training mission in February 2011, he suddenly realized he was losing control.
Several times during the flight, I had to really concentrate, immense concentration on just doing simple tasks. And our training tells you if you suspect something's probably going on, go ahead and pull your emergency oxygen and come back home. When I did make that decision to pull the emergency oxygen ring, I couldn't find it. I couldn't remember, what part of the aircraft it was in.
So this emergency ring was exactly where it should have been, and you just couldn't figure it out.
I couldn't figure it. I did not know where it was.
The Air Force says Josh's extreme disorientation resembled a condition called hypoxia, or oxygen deprivation. In training, pilots in that state can have trouble even identifying a playing card.
First spades right now.
The onset of this is insidious. Some pilots will go the entire mission, land, and not know anything went wrong. There was a publicly announced incident of a jet in Alaska hitting a tree, and the pilot was not aware that he ran into a tree.
He didn't know he hit a tree?
That's correct.
Having coordination issues.
After Josh's incident, his symptoms were so severe, the Air Force sent him to a hyperbaric chamber.
Hyperbaric, like the Benz. This is the first time we've heard that pilots are going into hyperbaric chambers.
We've had several.
Even pilots who never had a physiological incident in the air had problems on the ground in the days after they fly the plane.
Amongst F-22 pilots, there's a term called the Raptor cough.
The Raptor cough.
In a room full of F-22 pilots, the vast majority will be coughing a lot of the times. Other things, laying down for bed at night after flying and getting just the spinning room feeling, dizziness, tumbling, vertigo kind of stuff.
I had heard that other pilots, because of their fears of crashing from their own vertigo, whatever, that they're taking out additional life insurance policies.
They are, absolutely. We are waiting for something to happen. And if it happens, nobody's going to be surprised. I think it's a matter of time.
After a rash of similar hypoxia incidents, the Air Force took the radical step of grounding the entire F-22 fleet in May of 2011. The Pentagon revealed there had been 14 of these events in the previous 3 years, a rate described by its own scientific advisory board as unusually high and unacceptable.
We've got two theories with the jet right now. On the one hand, we're not getting the quality or the quantity of oxygen that we need. On the other hand, they're thinking contaminants. Somehow we're not getting what we need, or we're getting poisoned.
The Air Force launched an investigation that focused on the plane's onboard oxygen generating system, or OBOGS, which takes air from outside the jet, passes it through the engine and through a chemical process to produce a concentrated oxygen that the pilots breathe. But with the investigation still underway, the Air Force put the plane back in the air last September, even though, as Chief of Staff General Norton Schwartz told Congress, they still didn't know what was wrong.
We have been unable to identify a single engineering fault.
They didn't find the problem. They didn't find the cause, they didn't fix it, and they've sent the plane back up.
And we were eager to go. We couldn't wait to get back in the air.
Well, wait a minute. They didn't find the problem.
No, they didn't.
Why were you eager to go?
Because we're pilots.
The Air Force justified the decision by giving pilots 2 new items to wear while flying, which were put on display at a recent news briefing.
This is a pulse oximeter.
Major General Charles Lyon is Director of Operations at the Air Force Air Combat Command.
The pilots fly with these. They're right on their arm. They look at them, and they check them. And if there's any indication of an abnormal oxygen rate, we terminate the flight.
The second was a charcoal filter designed to block contaminants the pilots might be breathing and collect them for analysis. But less than a month after the planes began to fly again, another pilot suffered hypoxia.
This was you. You had the first incident, right, in October?
Yeah, it was actually me and my wingman both had incidents on the same sortie.
Jeremy's jet was torn apart and analyzed, but there was no smoking gun. Pilots were told to keep flying so the Air Force could gather more data.
Here's an email that we have seen from one of your fellow pilots. I feel I'm in the most expensive group of lab monkeys ever assembled.
I haven't seen that one.
You feel like a lab monkey?
We have been told that we are data collectors. Our job right now is to go out and collect data.
After Jeremy's, the incidents seemed to escalate in number, or pilots reported more often. The count is now 11 in the 7 months since the grounding ended.
Does that sound like a lot to you or not?
It's an astronomical occurrence rate that this is totally just me in ballpark, but probably unprecedented in flying. That many physiological incidents in that amount of time of the same type in the same aircraft.
The Air Force has confirmed that they have never seen such high rates of hypoxia in any other aircraft, with 36 of the 200 pilots reporting an incident, or 18%.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Power Loom.
On Monday, the Air Force invited us to an F-22 media event at Langley Air Force Base and admitted that even after calling in NASA and the Navy's Deep Divers Unit to help, the root cause of the pilot's hypoxia remains a mystery. General Michael Hostage is head of the Air Combat Command, which runs the F-22 program. Is there any consideration now in the Air Force to ground the plane again to find out what's going on?
At this point, no. I don't see a reason to stand the airplane down.
But General, the cases still come. Do you have a feeling that the pilots are getting concerned?
I know they're concerned.
And yet you're going to keep flying it?
Yes, ma'am. Ideally, I want that risk as low as possible. I'm not able to drive it as low in this airplane as I am with others because of this unknown circumstance, but I've driven it down to a level where we believe we can safely operate the airplane.
Why is it taking so long to find out what the problem is?
Well, if I knew what the problem was, it would be gone. I just have not found the problem yet.
In your opinion, is the F-22 safe to fly?
I'm not comfortable answering that question directly. I am not comfortable flying in the F-22 right now.
I am currently not flying the aircraft.
In a rare show of defiance for Air Force officers, both men informed their command in January that they were going to stop flying.
The Air Force says there is an inherent risk in flying, period. Any of these planes.
Yep.
It kind of sounds like, man up, guys. There's a risk. Come on.
Absolutely. There's an inherent level of risk, just like there's an inherent level of risk of driving.
I mean, if there's a mechanical risk.
There's a mechanical risk or even an enemy threat where I'm trained to deal with that threat. But this is something strapped to my face under which I have no control what's coming through that tube, which means there may be a point when I don't have control over myself when I'm flying.
To make matters worse, some of the pilots began coughing up black sputum. Air Force doctors cut into oxygen hoses, found, as this doctor's photo shows, black residue, and determined that the new filters that were supposed to be protecting pilots were shedding charcoal and pilots were breathing it in.
Have the doctors spoken out? Have the doctors come forward and said, our pilots are having serious issues here? We have to find the cause, and until we do, these pilots shouldn't be up there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They have?
Absolutely.
Well, just last week, the Air Force quietly removed the filters. They plan to install a new filter, date undetermined. So where does all this leave our two pilots? 2 weeks after Jeremy stopped flying, he was called in.
I was asked to make a decision that day whether I wanted to fly or find another line of work.
Fly or you're out.
That was it.
At that point, Jeremy's Air Force doctor put him on do not fly status for medical reasons. In Josh's case, he's been reprimanded for not flying, his salary cut substantially, and he's been summoned to a hearing next week. The pilots could face further disciplinary action for speaking to us, which is why this man was seated just off to the side throughout the interview. He's Congressman Adam Kinzinger of Illinois, an Air Force pilot himself, who Josh and Jeremy went to with their concerns in order to gain protection under the Military Whistleblowers Act. So Congress passed a law for just this situation?
Yeah, Congress granted protection to whistleblowers in general, and specifically military, to say, if you have a concern, you know, not something like, obviously little, but something pretty big and serious.
Like
you have
this?
like this. You have a right to talk to your congressman, because just because you join the military doesn't mean you give up your right to citizenship.
Kinzinger thinks the Air Force is wrong to punish any pilot who doesn't want to fly for health reasons. And Josh and Jeremy are not the only Raptor pilots choosing to stand down.
There have been squadrons that have stood down over concerns. And there's been, threat of reprisal. There's been threat of flying evaluation boards clipping our wings and doing ground jobs. And, in my case, potentially getting booted out of the Air Force. So right now, there's an example being set of, hey, if you speak up about safety, you're going to be out of the organization.
For the Air Force, grounding the Raptor again would be an embarrassment. Originally, the plane was touted as being more trouble-free than older fighters.
Do you both want to see the Air Force ground this plane right now?
I want to see the jet fixed, like a root cause identified.
But do they have to ground it to find that out?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you think they should ground the plane?
I think we grounded it for a reason, back a year ago. We haven't done a single thing to fix it, so I think we need to reassess why we got back into the air in the first place.
Do you think that a majority of the pilots would agree with you?
I think a vast majority.
Vast majority.
Even though it's a silent majority.
Go to 60minutesovertime.com to hear why these Air Force pilots decided to speak out. Sponsored by Viagra.
You're at the age where you don't get thrown by curveballs. This is the age of knowing how to get things done. So why let erectile dysfunction get in your way? Talk to your doctor about Viagra. 20 million men already have. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. This is the age of taking action. Viagra. Talk to your doctor.
This is corporate headquarters. As you can see, I have a unique business. How do I compete with the big boys? Got this fancy business address, a marketing department, distribution center, even a cafeteria.
That's mine.
From packing and shipping to printing and mailbox services, come into the UPS store for everything a small business needs.
I love logistics.
Use your Visa card at the UPS store and you're entered for a chance to win a trip to the London 2012 Olympic Games from Visa.
My contacts are so annoying. I can't wait to take them out.
Know the feeling? Try AccuView Oasis brand contact lenses with HydroClear Plus for exceptional comfort.
It feels like it disappeared on my eye.
Discover why it's the brand eye doctors trust most for comfort. AccuView Oasis brand.
This is Corporate Caterers, Miami, Florida. In here, great food demands a great presentation. So AT&T showed corporate caterers how to better collaborate by using a mobile solution in a whole new way. Using real-time photo sharing abilities, they can create and maintain high standards from kitchen to table.
This technology allows us to collaborate with our drivers to make a better experience for our customers.
It's a network of possibilities, helping you do what you do even better.
Keurig brews more than just hot coffee. Now you can brew over ice for delicious iced coffee or tea. Hot or cold, Keurig is the way to brew everyone's favorite cup in under a minute. Choose, brew, enjoy. Keurig.
Aspirin is just old school. People have doubts about taking aspirin for pain. That's why we developed Bayer Advanced Aspirin with microparticles. Now we're challenging you to put it to the test. Visit FastReliefChallenge.com today for a special trial offer.
What happens when classroom teachers get the training and support they need? Schools flourish and students blossom. That's why programs like the Mickelson ExxonMobil Teachers Academy and astronaut Sally Ride's Science Academy are helping our educators improve student success in math and science. Let's shoot for the stars. Let's invest in our teachers and inspire our students. Let's solve this.
Every rookie has a moment.
Looks like our squatter's been making a bomb.
That changes them forever.
Nothing is worth this. I'm sorry.
CBS Monday. The girls have the ultimate plan for their cupcake business.
I am talking about us stalking Martha Stewart.
Will it turn out to be a good thing?
Martha Stewart's hardly perfect. She is so tough.
Now it's getting interesting. The 1-hour season finale, Two Broke Girls, Monday, only CBS.
Prescription drug abuse has become an epidemic in America. Few places have been hit harder than Kentucky, a state that's also been ravaged by addiction to crystal meth. In Whitley County, Kentucky, in the heart of Appalachia, matters were made worse when the man suspected of being at the center of the drug trade was the county's top law enforcement officer, Sheriff Lawrence Hodge. There had long been suspicions that Sheriff Hodge was dirty, but nobody, not even federal agents, could prove it. That's when two local journalists, both in their 20s, launched their own investigation. And they soon discovered poking into the affairs of a powerful county sheriff can be risky business.
You know, you're 20 years old, you're taking a shower one day and getting ready for class, and you get a call from a federal agent because there's a credible threat against your life. Everything about it's just so surreal, you know, you don't think a whole lot about it. Then later that night, you know, you start thinking, you're like, geez, somebody wants to kill me. That's a little odd. And it's the sheriff. The sheriff wants to kill you.
This wasn't exactly how Adam Salfridge had pictured a career in journalism. Adam was born and raised in Whitley County. In 2009, he was a sophomore at the local college and needed a job. The county's daily newspaper, the Times-Tribune, had an opening, and soon Adam had his first assignment, and dangerous enemies.
Why did you feel compelled to buy a gun?
You do have a credible threat against your life. And it seemed like a pretty reasonable thing to do. Samantha also purchased a gun at the same time.
Samantha Swindler, then 27, was managing editor of the Times-Tribune and Adam's boss.
We were reporting on people involved in the drug trade. And people who are all hopped up on oxys, I don't know what they're going to do. I thought if something happened, I'd go down with a fight.
Samantha was exotic by Whitley County standards. Born in New Orleans, educated in Boston. She tangled with public officials as editor of a small newspaper in East Texas. She saw familiar signs in Whitley County.
There are problems in this community with the good old boy system, corrupt politics, that kind of thing.
It seems to me in many ways that this community's strength was also its weakness in some ways. This is a nice, polite place where people have polite conversation.
People are very proud here, and it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing in the way that it doesn't allow you to see the things that need change.
Whitley County, Kentucky, population 35,000, is tucked in the state's southeast corner on the border with Tennessee. People here take pride in the natural beauty of Cumberland Falls and in historic Sanders Cafe, birthplace of Kentucky Fried Chicken. There is also poverty. The median income is $26,000. Drug addiction is rampant. Throughout the region, red signs identify homes once used as meth labs. And then there is prescription drug abuse. Oxycodone flows in so freely they call this stretch of I-75 the pill pipeline. In 2002, Lawrence Hodge was elected sheriff of Whitley County on the promise he'd clean it up. The sheriff's raid on one meth lab was covered by the local CBS affiliate.
When I knocked on the door, the smell was already knocking me down. We're glad to shut it down. It put a dent in our drug problem here.
But early in his tenure, there were rumors. Talk around the county, the sheriff had gone bad.
From about 2004, he just went downhill and was corrupt, involved with drug dealers, taking payoffs, extorting money from defendants.
Todd Tremaine, a special agent with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, says the FBI and state police tried building a case against Sheriff Hodge, but couldn't penetrate his inner circle of drug dealers, crooked politicians, and police officers.
He was very insulated.
What do you mean insulated?
There was a lot of fear of what Lawrence might do if they cooperated with the federal agents or the state police.
He was untouchable.
Yes.
Editor Samantha Swindler had heard similar stories and suspected Sheriff Hodge might have a weakness, a paper trail. So she checked the department's evidence log.
There were months where nothing was checked in. I knew that this wasn't right because we had arrests every day in this area, particularly related to drugs. And when it's related to drugs, you know there's probably a gun, and it wasn't there.
But to mount a serious investigation of the sheriff, Samantha needed help.
Why would you hire a 20-year-old, his only journalism experience was working on his high school newspaper?
Well, when you say it like that.
Well, it's true.
Well, he was smart, and he knew about the community, and he cared about local government.
My aunt overdosed, and the first question I had was, I wonder if she got her drugs from somebody that the sheriff was, you know, protecting.
Adam went to work, combing through years of case files. He noted arrests where drugs and weapons were seized by the sheriff's department and should have been logged. It was tedious and time-consuming.
At that point, I was working up to like 70 hours a week. It was insane, and it wasn't healthy, but I was, you know, just driven. I knew I was onto something, and I couldn't stop.
What he was onto was a series of felony cases involving guns and drugs in which deals were cut and sentences mysteriously reduced. What's more, the defense attorney in each case was Sheriff Hodge's close friend, Ron Reynolds. One case involved this man, Rick Benson, a retired social worker. In May 2004, Sheriff Hodge and his men raided Benson's house. In addition to drugs, they found 17 guns. Benson had a previous felony conviction on drug and weapons charges, so was forbidden to own firearms.
You knew that you'd go to prison?
Probably for the rest of my life.
Were you scared? Were you anxious?
Yeah, I was terrified.
Because?
My world was over.
During the raid on the house, Sheriff Hodge found Benson's bank statement. There was $600,000 in his checking account alone. Despite appearances, this self-described meth abuser was a millionaire, heir to a publishing fortune. The night of his arrest, Benson says Sheriff Hodge offered him a deal. If he cooperated, the sheriff would see that Benson was represented by his old friend, attorney Ron Reynolds.
I'd heard of Ron.
And his reputation was?
He could get things fixed. He said, I'll guarantee you misdemeanors, no jail time, but you're going to have to move out of Kentucky.
Did you think he was on the up and up?
Well, no, if he was on the up and up, he wouldn't have been able to do that.
How much was his fee?
$150,000.
$150,000 is a lot of money.
The rest of your life in prison is a lot of time.
Rick Benson says he was also forced to pay the sheriff $10,000 in cash and make a donation to the sheriff's department of $25,000.
That's enough to make you say, okay, what's going on here? But then whenever you see the actual cashier's check in that file where he donated $25,000 to the sheriff's department as a condition of his plea agreement, that's just, I mean, that's crazy.
With information on that case and others, Samantha and Adam pressed Sheriff Hodge for an interview. He reluctantly agreed.
He was just all relaxed, leaned back in his chair, you know, being that good old boy.
So the sheriff thought it was a field trip?
Yeah, you know, you got this little out-of-towner girl and this 20-year-old college kid. We played along, we played nice for a very long time, let him lie.
In the course of that interview, legally recorded without Sheriff Hodge's knowledge, Adam asked him about the gun seized from Rick Benson, but the sheriff's answers didn't match the facts. He claimed the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, had them.
I don't even know who Rick Benson is.
He was a big case.
Oh, that's ATF, yeah. How many guns was it?
17.
On Rick Benson?
Yeah.
They would have took that with it. I tell you, you probably need to have an ATF agent here with me if you want to talk about that.
So I need to ask them if they got those guns.
Well, you just need to ask them about the whole case.
So when the sheriff said he'd given guns to the ATF, you knew it was lying?
They never took the guns. They never even opened a case in this situation. And once we had that, I mean, you got a heck of a story.
I was like, wow, I can't believe he just said that. He just kept lying, and I was giddy.
What do you make of that? The two 20-somethings
right,
with pens and notebooks could do what seasoned law enforcement officers couldn't do.
They weren't dangerous to him. I think Lawrence was thinking, hey kids, let me show you how the sheriff's department works. You know, here's the jail, and here's Barney, and you know, everybody from Mayberry. But they caught him off guard because they'd done their research.
The reporters then filed what's called an open records request, requiring the sheriff to show where Benson's guns were stored. But 6 days later, Adam received a startling phone call.
The sheriff's department's been broken into. And you know, that gets you out of bed real fast.
That was my we got you moment. I knew that he had staged it. I knew it.
Sheriff Hodge claimed guns, drugs, and other evidence had been stolen. The office was trashed, but the doors showed no sign of forced entry.
It's just made to look like a burglary so they could explain for why the drugs and guns had been missing, and they'd been missing for several years.
So what was Sheriff Hodge doing with these guns and drugs?
Guns, gave them to political friends, sold them, traded them for oxycodone.
He became a drug addict.
Yes, he was a very serious drug addict. He had a bad addiction with prescription pain pills.
Adam and Samantha's interview with the sheriff and the phony burglary gave law enforcement the break they needed. The man who once thought himself untouchable was now feeling the heat. Days later, an undercover officer recorded Sheriff Hodge threatening to kill Adam.
He said, "I'm gonna effing kill him." And the informant's like, "No, you're just mad." And he goes, "No, you don't understand. I'm gonna kill him. I've already been by his house. I know where he lives."
Despite the threat, the Times-Tribune continued to publish damaging allegations against the sheriff. And a state audit suggested he may have been stealing money from the department.
He was just taking money and cashing it, and during convenient times, like before a 3-day weekend or right before his wife's birthday.
By May 2010, the people of Whitley County had had enough. They voted Sheriff Hodge out of office. 6 months later, he was indicted by a state grand jury. The most powerful lawman in Whitley County led away in handcuffs in his uniform. But Lawrence Hodge still had influence. Around the same time, 2 local thugs, friends of the sheriff, drove to Adam's house.
The passenger in the vehicle gets out, approaches me without saying a word, puts his hand a little bit into his waistband, and I just quickly pulled my pistol.
You had a pistol on you?
At that point, I didn't go anywhere without being armed. He saw that it left the holster. I didn't point it at him or anything. And he explained that they were out looking for junk metal on my dead-end street and that they would be going now.
You pulled a gun. Were you prepared to use it?
Well, you never pull a gun unless you're prepared to use it.
Following that encounter, federal authorities compelled Adam to leave town under their protection. Already facing state charges, Lawrence Hodge was also being pursued by federal investigators. Central to their case was attorney Ron Reynolds, the sheriff's accomplice in the shakedown of Rick Benson. Reynolds turned on his old friend, implicating the sheriff in the extortion scheme. Lawrence Hodge had no choice but to cop a plea.
Prosecutor told him, "We can put you in prison for a very, very, very long time. Our case is solid. You will be convicted." You could see that he was defeated.
Last May, 2 years after Samantha and Adam launched their investigation, former Sheriff Lawrence Hodge pleaded guilty to extortion, distributing drugs, and money laundering. He was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison. He declined our request for an interview.
Yeah, that's mostly from the work that the 2 of you did, right?
Yes.
Samantha and Adam's reporting also led to the conviction of 15 of Lawrence Hodge's associates. Both journalists have since left the Times-Tribune. Samantha lives in Oregon, where she's editor and publisher of a small weekly. Adam, just a year out of college and unemployed, remains in Whitley County.
What went through your mind when you saw Sheriff Hodge in handcuffs in his uniform?
You know, a lot of people thought that I would be jumping for joy and, you know, all elated there that the sheriff got arrested. And it's really not. It's terrible that this happened. I hate to see it for my community. I hate to see that plastered all over the place. You know, Whitley County, synonymous now with a corrupt sheriff. I don't like that. I think the real story should be that a bunch of people here came together and, you know, cleaned it up.
Teamwork. Teamwork. When it comes to preparing for your financial future, it helps to have a team that performs well together. Pacific Life offers life insurance, annuities for lifetime income, mutual funds, and retirement solutions. Ask a financial professional about how Pacific Life's more than 140 years of experience can bring strength to your team. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
Those surprising little things she does still make you take notice. There are a million reasons why. But your erectile dysfunction, that could be a question of blood flow. Cialis for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medications and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or if you have any allergic reactions such as rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a 30-tablet free trial.
You decided which vehicle you want to go with today?
Yeah, that's my confidence. It's been coming out of me ever since I went on cars.com. Compared gas mileage using their side-by-side comparison tool, and this one will be great.
Before Allegra, my allergy medicine took hours to work or made me drowsy. After Allegra, I have the only one that's both fast and non-drowsy. It relieves my toughest symptoms for 24 hours, effective even at 8 times high pollen levels. After Allegra, I have it all.
Monday. Alan's a heart attack waiting to happen.
Gotcha.
Jason Alexander guest stars.
Can I get a second opinion? Yes, you're ugly, too.
New 2.5 Men. Then the big day is almost here and temperatures are rising.
Everybody's got wedding fever.
You know what? I have to hit you in the face.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
New Mike and Molly after a new 2.5 Men. Monday.
A madman out for blood.
He's fixated on you. Be careful, Gibbs.
Gets closer to NCIS.
He's on the Navy Yard right now.
New episode. Then an undercover job.
Drop your weapon!
Could leave these partners exposed.
Have you done something wrong?
New NCIS LA after a new NCIS. CBS Tuesday.
The biggest interviews.
Do you feel frustrated as First Lady?
Important stories.
What's happening in Afghanistan and what about the future?
Original reporting.
We have a fresh look at the head-to-head matchup between President Obama and Mitt Romney.
The news is back in Morning News. CBS This Morning. Weekdays on America's Most Watched network.
Hawaii 5-0. Monday. Only CBS.
It's a luxury development where all the residents are in their golden years.
Like the coast of Florida?
But with more elephants.
Now, join 7 strangers
Welcome to the best exotic marigold hotel.
on a journey unlike any other.
What do you see here that I don't?
The light, colors, smiles. It teaches me something.
From the director of Shakespeare in Love.
Everything will be all right in the end. So if it is not all right, it is not yet the end.
The best exotic marigold hotel. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
We know technology can make you more connected, but now it can make you more connected to your doctor through email. Test results from home. Check records. Change appointments. Now, doctors, nurses, techs, pharmacists are all digitally connected to each other and ultimately connected to you. At Kaiser Permanente, we believe that if knowledge is power, shared knowledge is even more powerful. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
The CBS News Team. Weekdays on CBS 5.
Now CNN's Anderson Cooper on assignment for 60 Minutes.
In 3 months, Michael Phelps will climb onto the starting block for his final races at the Summer Olympics in London. When we last interviewed him on 60 Minutes in the fall of 2008, he just made history, winning 8 gold medals at the Beijing Olympics. Phelps was riding a worldwide wave of awe and popularity. It seemed there was nothing left to accomplish. So why continue swimming? Phelps has often wondered the same thing over the last 3 years. It's been the most difficult period of his career. He was photographed at a party with a marijuana pipe, and it may surprise you to hear that his passion for swimming seemed to have faded. But now, as he approaches the last lap of his career, with another Olympics in sight, Michael Phelps is once again training hard, once again ready to make history. It's 6:20 on a Saturday morning in March. Virtually alone on the streets of his native Baltimore, a groggy Michael Phelps is off to another grueling daily practice in his 16th year of Olympic training. He hasn't been this committed since the Beijing Games.
After Beijing, I mean, there's countless times where I just wanted to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go to the pool every day.
So now, is it hard getting out of bed in the morning?
No, because 1, we're so close, and 2, because I'm actually enjoying it. I'm swimming well again.
Ready? With the London Olympics looming, Phelps has been rejuvenated. Physically, over the last year, he's become more powerful than he was in Beijing. He's focused on weight training like never before. Gone is the grumpy, disinterested swimmer of the last few years who desperately wanted to trash his alarm clock. Back is a sense of urgency. Bob Bowman is Michael's longtime coach. Oh! How does his shape now compare to the way it was a year ago?
Oh, much better. Much better. A year ago, on a scale of 1 to 10, was a 2. This is a 9, 8 or 9. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that was a low, really low.
How worried were you?
Very worried at that point.
What was the fear?
That we had so far to come, he couldn't get back.
Michael,
It's hard to imagine Michael Phelps not being in shape. But after his exploits in Beijing, he stopped training and started living.
This is cool.
By early 2009, Phelps had a decision to make: retire for good or jump back into the pool for a 4th Olympics and years of early morning workouts.
I thought it was a 50-50. I really didn't have a feel for it, whether he would come back or not come back.
I'm like, either do it or don't do it.
Even his mom, Debbie, didn't know what her son was going to do.
It's like, come on, you know, do you want this? Do you want to go an extra 4 years? That's a long time.
But you hoped he would go forward.
Absolutely.
It was hard because I didn't know if the passion or the fire was still inside of me. And it took a while for me to actually realize it myself. Bob couldn't tell me, my mom couldn't tell me, they couldn't help me find it.
It didn't help when in January of 2009, newspapers around the world published a photo of Phelps with a marijuana pipe. The photo tarnished his image.
I mean, that was probably like the lowest point in my career. I think being able to see how it affected the close people around me, I think that was the thing that hurt the most.
How do you mean?
Telling my mom that, I don't ever want to tell her something like bad like that happened.
I asked my 3-letter word, why? Or what were you thinking? Who were you with? It's like, come on, Michael. Get with the program here.
It was just stupid. You know, I put myself in a bad position, and I probably went through like a huge part, like a depression phase, where I was just like, what am I doing?
While paparazzi staked him out, Phelps was suspended from competition for 3 months by USA Swimming.
I would do nothing. Like, I would just wake up at 11 o'clock in the afternoon, just wouldn't leave the house. I'd sit around, play video games. I was so lazy.
It wasn't until March of 2009 that Phelps came to a decision about the London Olympics.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what struck it. But I just woke up one morning, and I was like, let's do it.
1 minute on the top, let's go.
Yet even after announcing he was a go for London,
Just get in, just get in.
Phelps seemed to stick only a few toes in the water.
Get in!
He regularly skipped practices, unheard of for Phelps, who as a teenager went 6 straight years without missing a single day of training. His apathy infuriated his coach, Bob Bowman. When he was missing practices, he would just miss 1 or 2?
Oh, no. I think the fall of 2009, he missed months.
Months?
Maybe 6 weeks.
For Bowman, the bottom came one Saturday in the summer of 2010.
This was about a week before the Nationals, and I normally have a major practice, something that's going to be really important. So I show up on Saturday morning, and he's not there. That did not make me happy. And then later I found out that he was in Las Vegas for the weekend.
I assume he wasn't going to Vegas to do like dry land training.
No, he wasn't doing any special training, although I think he was at a pool.
Maybe it was we watched The Hangover or something. Like, we watched a movie and we were like, man, we just want to go to Vegas.
Road trip!
So a couple of us just got up and went to Vegas.
Your motivation is The Hangover to go to Vegas? That's not a good sign.
I know, right? But that's kind of like what I would do. You know, I wasn't in tune to everything that was going on around the pool. So, you know, if I wanted to get up and just play golf one day, I would just get up and play golf. If I wanted to go to Vegas, I would just get up and go to Vegas.
Did you feel guilty, or did you feel like...
No. No, not at all. I was having fun. You know, I was pretty much just escaping the pool.
To compensate for the times Michael played hooky, Phelps and Bowman have had to get creative. This is like a treadmill for swimmers, allowing Bowman to fine-tune Michael's strokes.
Let's see if you can keep one goggle in on your breath instead of checking the weather. It's cloudy.
And inside Michael's apartment, an unusual contraption, a chamber he sleeps in that simulates high altitude in order to improve his endurance. He doesn't want anyone to see it, but he was willing to talk to us about it.
Once I'm already in my room, I still have to open a door to get into my bed. So that's
it's like it's a tent that fits over the whole bed?
It's just like a giant box. So it's like the boy in the bubble. That's what it kind of is.
And what altitude are you sleeping right now?
About 8,500, 9,000 feet.
So you actually wanted to spend as much time...
I wanted to spend as much time in there as possible.
I love the idea that you're trying to get him to just stay in the chamber.
Sometimes I'd like to lock him in there, right? Most of the time.
It's something that is helping. I'm 26, and I don't recover as fast as I have in the past.
How much is left in Michael's tank for London? That will be the question of the Olympics. Can he win multiple gold medals in London?
Oh, yeah.
He can?
Oh, for sure.
How many?
I don't know. That's up to him.
I kind of feel like my old self again, and I'm swimming times like I used to. I'm swimming races how I used to. So everything is kind of coming back to me, what it was, I guess, before 08.
That's a great turn for Phelps! Every race in London will be compared to what he accomplished over 9 days in the summer of 2008.
He did it! He did it! Do it again!
Have you been able to finally and fully absorb what you did in Beijing?
Probably not.
Even now?
No.
He's magical. He is Superman.
You know, I guess I probably do get kind of like choked up, like just thinking about all the memories and thinking of, you know, exactly what when I touched the wall, what was going on in my head.
Michael Phelps.
But probably deep down inside, I probably really don't know and won't feel what it really meant until, who knows?
Beauty. Phelps is not one to dwell on past achievements. When we asked him to bring out all 16 of his Olympic medals from Athens and Beijing, we were in for a couple of surprises. These are all the ones from Athens?
-1, yeah.
Wait a minute, so you're not sure where your other gold medal is?
There are a couple of options of where it could be, but I think when we were traveling, somebody was holding on to it. So I actually like never bring these out.
You never just like sit around your apartment with all your medals on?
That's not one of my normal activities. But then I have 8 more. These are, it's kind of
Wait a minute, so your 8 from Beijing are in there?
Yeah.
Is that like a travel purse from your mom or something?
It's like I guess it's like a makeup case wrapped in just like an old
Wait a minute, you keep all your medals in a ratty old t-shirt?
Yeah. Here are the other ones. These are the ones from 08.
Have you ever had them all together?
No.
He is just 3 medals shy of breaking the record for most Olympic career medals. A mark held by this woman, former Soviet gymnast Larissa Latinina. She's convinced Michael will surpass her record and told him as much in Russian. The two recently met for the first time ever for a photo shoot.
Come on, Mike, pull her in tighter, yeah.
Michael has been posing with other women.
You ready?
This was for Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue.
Put your arms, yeah, keep it snuggle.
An afternoon with model Bar Raffaelli.
Ooh, that's pretty.
What's it like posing with Bar Raffaelli in tiny bathing suits?
Pretty nice, pretty fun.
Wait, lay there.
It was all around a great day.
Hey, guys.
With the Olympics approaching, Michael and his mom are once again in demand.
I'm succeeding, I know it.
During Fashion Week in New York in February, his mom was asked to walk the runway for charity. Michael has added 7 sponsors since Beijing, including Head & Shoulders. It's estimated he's made $40 million so far over his career.
It's kind of strange seeing myself, yeah, right there.
There's also a new Michael Phelps video game, a swimming race that forces players to get off the couch.
Oh, I'm beating you. You got to make sure you keep the stamina.
Why?
You're going to die at the end of the race.
But I'm way ahead. Oh, wait. Oh,
yeah. I told you.
But I don't understand. You right at the end, you just moved right through me.
I got the stamina. I can close.
With an eye on his post-Olympic career, Phelps and his foundation have taught thousands of kids to swim, many in urban neighborhoods.
You do it for 10 laps.
Drowning is the second leading cause of accidental death among children.
Come on, guys. Congratulations.
It's unlikely there will be another Michael Phelps anytime soon. This epic Olympic story will finally come to an end in London. Unless, of course, his mom has her way.
I want to go to Rio in 2016.
You do?
I do. He told me, he sent me there on vacation, he told me. But, you know, I'm like, come on, Michael, just a 50 freestyle.
You want him to compete in Rio?
I do. I haven't been there before.
What happens if your mom, you know, after London, after a couple of months goes by, says, I've always wanted to go to Rio?
We'll go watch.
No chance you'd compete?
Once I retire, I'm retiring. I'm done.
When he retires, Michael Phelps will only be 27 years old. So much of his life has been spent in the pool, he's practically grown up there. After the Olympics, he wants to see what the rest of the world has to offer.
I've been able to go to all these amazing cities in my travels, and I haven't been able to see them at all. I see the hotel and I see the pool. That's it. I'm just gonna go and do whatever I want to do.
Your face lights up when you talk about it.
Because I'm excited. Because, you know, it's something new.
Welcome to the CBS Sports Update presented by Follow the Wings. At the Wells Fargo Championship, 23-year-old Californian Ricky Fowler collects his first tour victory in a playoff over Rory McIlroy and D.A. Points. NBA playoff action, 76ers outlast the Bulls to take a 3-1 series lead, and the Knicks survive elimination with a win over the Heat. For more sports news and information, go to CBSSports.com. This is Jim Nance reporting from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Follow the Wings.
These three friends share a house. We swapped their ride for a Focus. Bad news for their imports.
It's really cool looking.
What about fuel efficiency?
Amazing. I think it's up to like 40 miles per gallon.
Kind of cool when the needle never moves.
My turn. Active park assist. Oh my gosh.
When you want to find a gas station that tells you how much gas is.
I didn't even know that.
It's the Swap Your Ride sales event. Get a Focus with up to $1,750 cash back and voice-activated sync at no extra charge.
Are you just going to keep the one for the rest of your lives?
No, I think we should all get our own.
Kiwi, soy milk, impulse buy, gift horse, king crab, rhubarb pie, lettuce shower, made by bees, toucan Sam, that's not cheese, grass-fed curry, ginger snaps, soup can tower, 5% cash back. Right now, get 5% cash back at grocery stores. It pays to discover.
Got a fresh new start. It's a brand new day, and I got lots of love to give away.
Remember everything your yard needs every single spring. Just one of the many ways My Lowe's revolutionizes managing your entire home. Sign up at Lowe's.com.
Meet you right now!
Don't miss the Amazing Race season finale, CBS Next.
Thursday, the machine they created to stop crimes has been kept a secret.
Our own government is spying on us.
Until now.
He's been asking about the machine.
Run.
Someone in Washington wants him dead. They want him dead because of me.
A new person of interest, CBS Thursday, 9/8 Central.
The new drama, NYC 22, tonight only CBS.
16-speaker THX surround sound. A new world-class suspension with a driving dynamic that's controlled and responsive and adjusts in milliseconds. So, yeah, a car with intuition. How's that for a standard feature? The new MKS from Lincoln. Now it gets...
I never should have left you for Uverts.
It's okay.
I missed your iPad app. I missed your headline streaming. I missed the way you have more on demand.
Please don't cry.
I want my Xfinity.
And now you have it. You can keep that.
People switch from UVerse to Xfinity TV for better value. Experience Xfinity.
Kim Bastida on CBS 5 Eyewitness News.
I'm Scott Pelley. We'll be back next week with another edition of 60 Minutes, and I'll see you tomorrow on the CBS Evening News.
Did you know the average person smiles more than 50 times a day? So brighten your smile a healthy way with Listerine Whitening Plus Restoring Rinse. It's the only rinse that makes your teeth 2 shades whiter and 2 times stronger. Listerine Whitening. Power to your mouth.
I bathed it in miracles.
Cut! Sorry to interrupt. When's the show?
Well, if we don't find an audience, all we'll ever do is rehearse.
Maybe you should try Every Door direct mail. Just select the zip codes where you want your message to be seen, print it yourself or find a local partner, and you find the customers that matter most.
Brilliant. Clifton, show's overjoyed. No, too much. Janessa? A round of applause.
Go online to reach every home, every address, every time with Every Door Direct Mail.
What's in your energy drink?
Power Surge. Let it blow your mind.
For fruits, veggies, and natural green tea energy, new V8 V-Fusion Plus Energy. Could have had a V8.
No one can be trusted.
I have been playing both sides.
I know that she's got my back.
And maybe she's playing me.
New Survivor Wednesday and the season finale CBS Sunday.
Thursday.
Let's get married. It's the biggest bang of the year.
Who's gonna do the ceremony?
I'll do it, provided I can perform the ceremony in Klingon.
No.
What do you see in her?
With a season finale that's out of this world. Boldly go, Howard Wolowitz.
Changed my mind. I don't want to do this.
Blast. Big Bang season finale, CBS Thursday.
There's another way to watch 60 Minutes on the iPad. See our stories anytime, anywhere. Available in the App Store now.
Dave's all new with Dr. Phil, plus Two Broke Girls star Beth Bears Monday.
Previously on The Amazing Race, 11